Hello collective, welcome back to my channel. This is Divine Eyed Mystic Tarot. Back with another general reading. This reading is for Sagittarius. This could be low vibrational, high vibrational Sag. This could be a placement in your chart, could be a cusp, could be a cross watcher for Sagittarius, alright? Only take what resonates, leave the rest. This entire Sagittarius reading. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. Alright. So only take what resonates. Don't make something fit that doesn't. Alright. Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius. Let's get the date real quick and see what's going on, what is going on, what's going on, what it is, what it is, what it is. Alright, let's put the deck on the Eight of Swords in reverse and that Page of Pentacles in reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini. I don't know, so somebody had some unrealistic goals when it came to some type of unhealthy lifestyle, Page of Pentacles. Some disloyalty. But you got the Eight of Swords in reverse as well. You got the Eight of Swords in reverse. And you got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody releasing themselves from whatever, they felt like was, holding them back, when it came to negative thoughts, when it came to whatever it was, they felt like, communication wise. Because I feel like whatever it is somebody, is thinking about or was contemplating about, maybe it was something they were in despair about, making moves or taking some type of action, saying something. But it's like whatever it is they were thinking of or feeling trapped by, when it came to whatever the thoughts were about, like somebody freeing themselves of this. Like releasing, gaining awareness about exactly like what it is or what is it. Especially if it's rejection or if it's, afraid of like facing whatever it is that they may not have talked about, shared, been honest with, truthful about. But it's about somebody feeling hopeful. You know what I'm saying? They may have, at some point, been regretful about, something that they may have failed at, due to the fact that they lack of planning. Like I said, unrealistic goals. You know what I'm saying? Like doing something unfairly, treating people, in a very unhealthy, inconsiderate way, and expecting some kind of reward or expecting some type of win out of it, some type of victory that didn't happen. So it could have been in their head about it as far as, them possibly, being blocked or no communication, no contact. So it could have been a separation, or it could have been, some type of mishap, you know what I'm saying, as far as somebody possibly being blocked or not being able to communicate, to whoever that involved. So let's see what comes out of what shows up. Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what do they need to know? What's going on with my Sagittarius? First card. This reading caught them by surprise. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. So somebody got a reading, whatever they found out in that reading, whether it was a general reading, whether it was a personal reading, caught them by surprise. This is just for Sagittarius. This is just for Sagittarius. What does my Sagittarius need to know? For Sagittarius. DD can be significant. Someone can go by the name D or DD. Man or woman. Somebody's first initial, last initial, middle initial could be D. Next card, thinking of moving closer to you, Divine Feminine, came out in reverse. All right, so it could be something that they were thinking about doing. They may have, not made a decision on that, or not, that was something that they keeping close to their chest. So they may have decided already, but we'll clarify. Messages for Sagittarius. Give me one more. Messages for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius. Too many. Give me one more for Sagittarius. Give me one more on this message for Sagittarius. What does my Sagittarius need to know? This is Sagittarius. Yeah, the options are limited. And bartender, club, or hotel can be significant. Whoever this reading resonates with. Give me one more. This is just for Sagittarius. U-Haul wanted to come out, child. This is just for Sagittarius. Give me one more on this message for Sagittarius. Songwriter can be significant. Top of the deck, you got chain smoker, but it's in reverse. So somebody could have, been chain smoking. That could have been something that they, may have been, doing to cope with, some type of worry or doubt or Eight of Swords. Like they could have been, chain smoking. Like that may have been something that they were doing the last time you talked to them or saw them or something like that. Whoever this reading resonates with, a chain smoker. Somebody could be doing this or they used to. I feel like low key somebody a chain smoker. Like they may still be like that, or they worries, or them releasing worries and doubts. Eight of Swords in reverse could be, the reason why they're not doing it as much, or they not, chain smoking now, but they were like somebody was. You know what I'm saying? All right. This reading caught them by surprise. Messages for Sagittarius clarify. This reading caught them by surprise. Clarify. How did this reading catch them by surprise? What happened in this reading? You have the King of Pentacles. Got the Temperance at the bottom of the deck. What's the King of Pentacles in reverse? This reading caught them by surprise. This reading could have caught a King of Pentacles in reverse by surprise. Somebody, obsessed with their wealth or their status. It's the King of Pentacles in reverse. This reading caught them by surprise. How? This reading catch them by surprise. Messages for Sagittarius. Yeah, somebody obsessed with their wealth or status, or this is somebody that got like some type of failing business, you know what I'm saying, or some type of somebody just dealing with something that's not as whatever somebody's success once was like, if they came off as somebody abundant, it ain't like that now. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody was coming off as like somebody that you can depend on, had a sense of security, was very stable, like this is the opposite of that. All right. What did they find out in this reading? They caught them by surprise. Messages for Sagittarius. What did they find out in this reading? You got the Seven of Wands, Leo energy. Seven of Cups, yeah. Ten of Wands. Queen of Swords in reverse. Whatever somebody found out in this reading could have been the fact that somebody knows about them having options, or knowing that they, Seven of Cups, like had some wishful thinking, when it came to them actually thinking, they had endless choices when their options actually are limited. And that's mainly because whatever these options, are, when it comes to these cups, all the things that's in these cups mainly are something that this person is not realizing or has not seen yet, or somebody don't see that it's something that's a lot more of a burden than they think it is. You know what I'm saying? Than they imagine. Because it's really the fact that somebody's, all these distractions, these Seven of Cups, is really, the reason why they maybe was confused, or, was not willing to make a decision, being indecisive, and having all these endless choices they thought they had, or, kept putting on or, carrying on like they do only made things worse. Somebody standing their ground, defensive, 7 of Wands. Like to be somebody, sees you, or you see somebody that's very strong willed, very determined, somebody that will stand up for what they believe, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to how not only other people are being treated, but how they, are treated. Like somebody, are standing ground, like they will stand up for themselves, you know what I'm saying? Got their guard up, like. Yeah, somebody could be finding out, they may have gotten involved, or they thought somebody, was a. Somebody may have thought a Queen of Swords in reverse was their person. They wasn't. Um, Somebody finding out whoever they lover was, or whoever this is, it's like somebody finding out somebody happy. Like somebody may be finding out, whoever they person is or lover, is happy. They may have thought this person was like in a 9 of Swords or some shit, but it is not. They not. Or it's something that in this reading got somebody in a 9 of Swords. Gemini energy. Somebody happy, like somebody's, what did they find out in this reading with the 7 of Swords? I mean, 7 of Wands. What did they find out in this reading? That's just for Sagittarius. What did they find out in this reading? What was found out in this reading? What took them by surprise in this reading? Got the moon with the death out here. You got water, you got fire out here so far. Someone can have earth in their chart. But I feel like somebody was trying to make somebody question their intuition. Like, making, something that they may be trying to convince somebody of, or something like that, was, somebody like being how you say it, elusive. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to make somebody almost like projecting, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody, saying it because you got done this way, or somebody did you like this in the past, you think, that's what I'm doing. You must be doing that if you thinking I'm doing that, or something like that. But it's like somebody, trying to put a wool over somebody's eyes, like something is hidden, that somebody feel like it's something hidden that they not seeing, or it's the fact that somebody knows that somebody got something they don't want to be truthful about. You know what I'm saying? Or they know that somebody's not somebody's made to be confused. Like something, when this reading was done, it's like somebody got tripped up by whatever they thought, they were hiding, or they were keeping somebody from seeing. It wasn't working, or like wasn't really hidden, or something was not gonna stay that way. Because you got the death at the bottom of the deck with the Emperor. Yeah, the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. The 10 of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Like somebody went through a transformation, a death, and it's like, the birth of like a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody not realizing that somebody, is changing. Like something about a person done changed now. So it's not like somebody, used to be. Like somebody's not on the same page, or they not, It's like somebody being told this person ain't the same person, or they not where you thought they were at that time. Like if somebody was in a south, no, they're no longer there. If they were somebody easy to manipulate, they're no longer there. If they were somebody that was, soft for you, weak for you, you know what I'm saying? They're a little stronger than you thought. You know what I'm saying? They're stronger than imagined they were. You know what I'm saying? You may have thought you was fooling this person, but they really, knew more than they carried, led on. You know what I'm saying? They just continued, or they appeared to continue to look like they did not know, or that they were unaware, but they really were. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, at the same time, like there's, a death, and then you got the emperor. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody told somebody that, they, like there's a change here. They have an emperor. You know what I'm saying? Where somebody was lacking, they really, are at a 10 of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they, telling this person, like this person could be, purchasing a new home, a new car. They, may not, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody coming off as like, faithful. Um, a page of, even if this person is coming back as a page, it's like, somebody still, has ascended. You know what I'm saying? They mastered themselves. They making decisions. You know what I'm saying? To possibly, balance out their energy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if there was an imbalance somewhere. And somebody being told, if somebody, being told that somebody's going through a transformation, like that and change. You know what I'm saying? They're not that old version of themselves anymore. Like somebody's, you know what I'm saying? They done with that. Especially if somebody was trying to confuse Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Like if somebody was trying to, cause some type of illusion, or cast like a shadow of doubt over this person to make them question, that the actions they wanted to take, or how they, wanted to move forward. Clarify the moon. Like somebody want to cloud somebody's, third eye. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to confuse them, make them question their intuition. So they need to be mindful of somebody, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. When it comes to you, Sagittarius, like I don't know if this is somebody in your energy, or somebody, that, possibly you got a reading on, or, someone got a reading on you, or somebody got a reading on somebody connected to you, involved with you in some way, to see what this person, is up to, or like what's going on with them, or trying to see where you and this person are, when it comes to your involvement with, a situation. They could be getting a reading on you. I don't know why, but, or you getting a reading on, somebody, but this reading caught somebody by surprise. What was the surprise? Messages for Sagittarius. Yeah, somebody surprised by somebody making a decision. Two of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Like somebody surprised by somebody, could be a Capricorn, but whatever it is, it's like somebody finding balance. You know what I'm saying? They making a choice. Somebody making a choice, but it's, like I said, like somebody may have wanted to, because you got the Chariot at the bottom of the deck in reverse with the Page of Cups and the High Priestess. So it's like somebody, may not have wanted to, except that they had some people that they may have, needed to make decisions with, or somebody, that was dealing with situations where they didn't want to make somebody disappointed. You know what I'm saying? They want to piss somebody off, but they want people, gunning for them, because they decided to not do this, so they not gonna go with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they don't want to come off as somebody, it's like somebody, involving themselves, listening to outside influences, and thinking that, that's the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like they, can control that situation or whatever, but they making decisions based on, I don't want to step on nobody's toes, so I ain't gonna even say nothing. And it's like not, what I'm saying, facing whatever your weaknesses are. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your part in something is. It's like somebody sitting around gossiping, but then, the shit they talking about ain't even true. But you don't say anything, you're trying to just, laugh at it if it's funny, you know what I'm saying? Even if it ain't true, it's like somebody saying, well, I didn't say anything. I was just there. I just knew, they were just talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even say nothing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't give them a yes or no or nod or nothing like that. But it's like, it's like that no control, like no self-discipline, you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody, kind of just being reckless, when it comes to what other people doing, like being a follower, but also like going along with something, even though there's some fucked up shit. Like that, yeah. That's crazy though. It's like somebody being forceful. And I feel like whatever was, Sage, whatever was taught about in a reading, it's like somebody knows or seeing now, like how somebody, where somebody stand with them, where they stand with somebody, like how their behavior, may have, put a damper on whatever it is they may have thought, you know what I'm saying, something was like, you know what I'm saying, and somebody was trying to go along with something just to save face or to, what I'm saying, keep some shit down or something like that, like that shit wasn't gonna work. And I feel like that's something that, this reading ended up catching somebody by surprise, is that came out. Is that, they were involved with possibly somebody that was, looking at how you can, kind of manipulate, somebody, what I'm saying, into doing something or being a certain way, accepting something, going along with something that they know ain't right. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody knowing that, let's say somebody got some dirt on somebody and they want you to stay with them, or they, use it as a way to like want you to go along with something they want to do, even if it's toward, somebody, inflict some type of harm, or, cause some type of injustice for somebody that they don't deserve, but it's like because they got some dirt on you, they want you to help them with this. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody knowing the person that they scamming is, you know what I'm saying, somebody they know they cool with, or that's it's a family member, or something like that. It's like, but then they saying, all right, man, gone, you know what I'm saying? But now, man, that's my cousin, or you know what I'm saying? I can't do them like that. And shit, I'm gonna tell them, you know what I'm saying, about this. I'm gonna tell so and so about how you did this, did that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't kidding about when we did it to so and so, so and so. You know what I mean? Telling you dealing with them. You know what I mean? Telling them that we did that, like we ran that scam on them too, and you still, you know what I'm saying, talking to them. They don't even know you had something to do with that. They don't even know that was a scam. You get what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm just using it as an example. You know what I'm saying? Somebody may have done this shit for real, but when it comes to what they, when this reading caught them by surprise, it's like somebody now sees whatever they thought was hidden with this moon is really, you know, the fact that somebody standing their ground, like they're making a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody is very defensive, and they going to be. You know what I'm saying? What's the Seven of Wands with the Two of Pentacles? Everybody, the Seven of Wands with the Two of Pentacles. Messages for Sagittarius. Yeah. King of Wands with the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So somebody want to come in like they, you know, protective with a lot of passion. Sagittarius, you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, you got the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Wands. Somebody got a lot of resilience. The King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Like somebody got somebody, you know what I'm saying, coming in protective with a lot of passion. They getting told this shit, bro. But listen, Queen of Wands is, you know, somebody got a lot of passion for someone. They find them to be very attractive, very confident, you know, passionate, you know, independence, determined. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that matches their energy. Yeah. Cause a cut shit and call somebody by surprise. Thinking of moving closer to you, divine feminine. Why is this out here in reverse? This is just for Sagittarius. Who is this thinking of moving closer to you? Why is it in reverse? Thinking of moving closer to you. Clarify. Thinking of moving closer to you. This is just for Sagittarius. Who's this person thinking of moving closer to the collective? Thinking of moving closer to you. This is Sagittarius. Moving closer to you. You got the Death. Scorpio energy. Thinking of moving closer to you. Clarify. Thinking of moving closer to you. Got the Hangman. Could be a water sign. I can have water in the chart. You got the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck now. Somebody gaining a new perspective. Yeah. Yeah, somebody seeing something different. They sacrificing something for their higher self. Like somebody sacrificing that, you know, their old way of thinking or their old beliefs, you know, that old version of themselves of whatever they thought, you know, whatever somebody's, you know, heart was closed off to at one time, or now that they done went through a change, a transformation, like seeing things different, like turning over a new leaf. It's like somebody now, you know, possibly want to do something that they wasn't maybe thinking about doing in the past. You know, you may live at a distance from this person. You got the Eight of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. What's the death with the Hangman? What's the death with the Hangman? This was Sagittarius. Thinking to move it closer to you. Yeah. Got the Knight of Swords. The Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Somebody coming in with a lot of ambition. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make this accomplishment. But it's like somebody, got a lot of determination. You know what I'm saying? To do something. But it's like, they feel like they may be met with some type of dispute, or some type of conflict, or some type of adversity, you know what I'm saying, or hostility. Yeah, but this is about somebody gaining clarity, though. With the Justice out here at the bottom of the deck, you got the Five of Swords, the Justice, Fool in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse. Somebody was being naive and thinking that, even if they didn't take this leap of faith, or they, being afraid of the unknown, that they wouldn't be missing out on anything or nothing like that, or that, it wouldn't make much of a difference. Especially if a Queen of Swords, was like making something, look and appear as though it was no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like somebody may have been easy to manipulate. You know what I'm saying? That may have been a thing in the past where they may have been able to keep somebody, from possibly like wanting, I feel like somebody at one time did not, you could live at a distance from this person, or somebody was distant, you know what I'm saying, when it came to, possibly even having something serious, or being in a connection, or going to the next phase. Why is this person thinking of moving closer to the collective now? Like, why, what are they thinking about doing this? Because I feel like they, are they thinking about doing this? Or are they deciding to do this? Are they deciding to move closer to the collective? Yeah, maybe you got the Seven of Pentacles. Like somebody can see that or they see that you were investing, for some type of long-term success. They may have been afraid, of taking a leap of faith, possibly, fear the unknown. I feel like somebody's intuition was blocked when it came to a damn Empress in reverse, though. Or somebody's intuition was blocked about who was, they person. What's the Seven of Pentacles? Do this person want to move closer to the collective? This is just for Sagittarius. Got the Emperor and the Three of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck now in the upright, Capricorn energy. Could be your Emperor, be a father figure. You could have kids with this person, don't have to be. But somebody wants, to collaborate, come together. Or they see you as somebody, that's like a, to make a focused effort, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to growth and learning, maturity. Got the Three of Swords. 333 could be significant angel number. It's like somebody know they, may have went through some type of emotional loss or upset, that something ended or was over or something like that. So it could be a loss or some type of, some tears or something like that. Like somebody may have, been dealing with some type of emotional pain. Six of Cups. Yeah. When it comes to somebody moving on to calmer waters, possibly not accepting, any offers or over to somebody, rejecting their offer. Or somebody may not, have accepted someone's offer, or they just was not accepting, or they feel like they're going to be rejected or whatever because they, Four of Pentacles, breadcrumb somebody. And moved at a slow pace. Clarify options are limited. Messages for Sagittarius. Clarify options are limited. Why is options are limited out here? Messages for Sagittarius. Clarify options are limited. Clarify options are limited. Messages for Sagittarius. Four of Pentacles with the Justice. Somebody, needs to control the outcome. Like somebody uses, being inflexible, you know what I'm saying? Having a fixed attitude about situations. Like somebody, like they say, bad habits are hard, to break. But it's also, you can't teach a new dog, can't teach an old, what is it? Can't teach an old dog new tricks. Is what I'm getting. Clarify options are limited. Messages for Sagittarius. Four of Pentacles. What's the options are limited with the Four of Pentacles? It's too many. Clarify options are limited. The Four of Pentacles out here. Messages for Sagittarius. You got the Ace of Wands and you got the Eight of Cups. And the Judgment at the bottom of the deck now. Libra energy. Aries, Leo, Sage with the Ace of Wands. So there's like a new beginning, but it's also, some progress here, especially when it comes to a breakthrough, new opportunities. But this Eight of Cups is about, somebody basically walking away, you know what I'm saying? Letting go. A lot of these relationships, they options, could be limited, based on the fact that they don't really have, any feelings for these people. you know, letting go or walking away, things like that. Like, so it's like either you or somebody you dealing with, Sagittarius, like somebody, it's not just, this way, with everybody. It's the fact that, somebody is been like this with a lot of other people, or they done been like, people done been this way with them. But they, looking at the fact that somebody's under judgment, you know what I'm saying, because of a series of bad choices. But it's also, them not using the intuition and not looking within, for the answers that they need, when it comes to their purpose, fulfillment. What's this Eight of Cups about? Options are limited. Clarify the Eight of Cups. What's the Eight of Cups about? Messages for Sagittarius. Options are limited. What's the Eight of Cups? Options are limited. Messages for Sagittarius. Justice. Got the Star at the bottom of the deck now, Aquarius energy. The Five of Wands. Ten of Cups. Three of Wands now. Like somebody is realizing now, like, they, like somebody don't see another person. It's like somebody sees someone as a star. A star is getting some justice here, all right, when it comes to somebody taking accountability, and looking at, the fairness in a situation. Like, they may feel like, they gave you no other choice but to let go and just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when it came to them, having a fixed mindset, or um, belief, you know what I'm saying? Fear of change, not wanting, to think outside the box or take a risk, you know what I'm saying? Even though you may have taken a risk, or they may have taken a risk and they expecting you to, or, something being reciprocated, and this is like them holding back, like fear of change, you know what I'm saying? But it's like nobody else, you know what I'm saying, that they may be around already, that may be closer, or somebody that may be available to them is much of an option, especially when it comes to the passion, especially when it comes to opportunity and things like that. Like whatever it is, it's like somebody feeling as though, they thought they had, other options, but those other options is not something or somebody that they feel the same way about, or they feel the same way about this person, or anything is going to come from those options. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like somebody to learn a lesson now. Especially when it comes to them, having to move forward. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to them finding a direction, finding a path, taking, a chance. And they ready to do that now. Yeah. It's like they put a star, taking accountability for putting a star in some unfair ass competition with the Five of Wands. Especially if they thought, that they, you were gonna fight over them, or somebody thought they were gonna. I don't know if you thought, they thought somebody was going to, fight for them. You know what I'm saying? Or fight over them. And I feel like somebody made something complicated that really didn't have to be with the Five of Wands either. Like somebody refused, I don't know if you know, somebody refused to work with another person, at a time where they, may be conflicting, like, back and forth with each other, about, whether this person want to settle down, whether they want to be with a star, you know what I'm saying, this star energy, or they want to be, elsewhere, you know what I'm saying. I feel like somebody may have tried to tell somebody, they free to go, or you know what I'm saying, being okay with the fact that person may not choose them, you know what I'm saying. But it's like, whatever it is, it's like nobody's going to really step up, you know what I'm saying, on a genuine note and deal with this person, especially if they already feeling as though, they set in their ways for Pentacles. Like, I'm not doing this. And it's like somebody may have known how you felt, or you knew how somebody felt. They know how you felt about them, or they knew how they felt about you. But it's a thing of somebody using that as a way to, like, feel like they can control the people with that. Like, as long as they need me, you know what I'm saying, and feel the way they feel about me, then they gonna have to accept me this way, you know what I'm saying, or no way at all. Or you know what I'm saying, it could be penny pinching, breadcrumbing, holding back, especially if all their energy was being spread out between all these different people, you know what I'm saying, that really was not giving them any fulfillment. These people could have, been dealing with other folks themselves, you know what I'm saying. Clarify the Eight of Cups. Give me one more on the Eight of Cups. Like, somebody could have been dealing with other, people themselves, you know what I'm saying. So they really wasn't available. The Three of Swords with the Seven of Cups. Some betrayal could have been going on with these other options, you know what I'm saying. So at this point, like, they could have been, not as, you know what I'm saying, tapped in, or, not as invested in this person as they were in them. You know what I'm saying? If they felt like these was, some options, they had endless choices. Like, these endless choices came with all these hidden agendas and some more shit. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no guarantee that these people was going to, yeah, you got the devil right behind the Seven of Cups. Like, some of these people, had, unhealthy connections with this person, and they were in unhealthy lifestyles they damn self. So it wasn't like they was going towards somebody or involving themselves with people that, kind of already was established, or, was satisfied with just the way something was going, or the way that they wanted something to change. If this person was ready to change, they wasn't. If they were, they wasn't willing to change, but these people wanted more with this person. They had other stuff going on too. They had people they were interested in that maybe, they were juggling this person with too. You know what I'm saying? So the options get, slim, after that. Because I feel like that's, one of them things where somebody may have realized all these unhealthy connections really just got this person in their head, like, questioning, like, if who you with now, if you with somebody else, are you interested, are you still interested in them, with the Page of Swords, especially when they dealing with a damn Empress in reverse. So at this point, it's like, shit, somebody's options was limited because they realizing, or they ended up seeing, somebody Emperor ended up seeing the fact that the people they dealing with, you know what I'm saying, ain't just dealing with them either. Like, they got some, ways about them that they don't see coming. Like, it's some things going on with them they don't see right now. Or it's some things they gonna end up going through with these people that is gonna set, some shit in motion, and they'll be able to see, what decision they need to make, or if it ain't too late. But I feel like, that's something that they got out of this reading. That's why they at this Two of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got a reading, they at this Two of Pentacles now. So they, if this person was indecisive with you in the past, they felt like they had endless choices, that wasn't bothered by you walking away, or you wasn't bothered by this person walking away, shit, somebody is. But a songwriter could be significant. Somebody could have been chain smoking. Pay attention to you, music. Somebody could be using, what you call it, telepathically. Like somebody could be sending you music, messages through music. A songwriter can be significant as well. Bartender, hotel, or club can be significant. I hope this reading resonates with. I'm gonna end it here, collective. Make sure you guys do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Hopefully the message resonates and or is helpful in some way, shape, form, or fashion for you, Sage. I'm gonna end it here. You guys make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Mwah. And as always, those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too.